Due to the current safer-at-home restrictions, all classes and, more importantly, podcast recordings at Hamilton High School have been canceled. In lieu of new episodes, the teachers have decided to release previously recorded episodes from their tenure at Cancun in the early 2000s, which coincidentally crossed over with MTV's Spring Break. Please enjoy these episodes from the vault, stay healthy, and stay flippy.
And the coffee's on. I got a couple things on my chest. Yeah, I got to get up. So cut me some slack. Pour me a cup of that Joe. Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge, baby. Let's start the show.
How am I looking? I'm not that burnt, right?
Compared to what?
Well, I just put on aloe vera, some of the green.
Right.
You need to do more of a preemptive approach to the sun rather than a repair once the damage is done.
Well, my whole thing is I want color. I just want to be able to change the red to brown.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Once you're red, you can't go back. You can't kind of turn it back. You can't like overcook a steak and then go back to medium. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not trying to, I don't know if that's true. I'm not trying to uncook. I'm just trying to tan. You can't get tan without breaking a couple of eggs.
Well, listen, I think it's great that you want to get tan, but unfortunately, based on all the things we've seen, your red doesn't go to brown.
Well, not
You know
yet.
what I mean?
I know. I think it's because I've only gotten a light red. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you
It's
want to go
just
deeper down?
Yeah, you got to go deeper down because red turns to brown. We all know that. We all know that if you keep adding and you keep cooking, your red meat turns brown. So I'm trying to turn my red meat brown.
So you are trying to overcook yourself because in your brain, your skin is a steak and pink is like rare and undercooked. You want to cook yourself so that the color's gone.
I'm not going to cook myself. I don't think I'm food. That's not a thing for me.
Well, last week when you sent yourself back, you were unhappy with how your tan came out, so you sent yourself back to the kitchen?
Yeah. I was pissed off. Well, I sent myself back to the market that had a kitchen because I wasn't satisfied with the tanning oil they sold me. So I returned the tanning oil and asked for butter.
I see.
Because nothing browns like butter. Olive oil, no. Coconut oil, no. We don't even use coconut oil yet.
I don't even think
But butter browns.
Is it true that very famous sunscreen company, Tropicana, is it Tropicana?
There's Tropicana, Banana Boat. You got a few.
They've been really at our door trying to study you?
Yes. Yes. They've been trying to get me as the before or as the control, the no sunscreen option.
What not to do.
Yes. And also there is another company beating down my door with a cease and desist. The company that has the dog pulling the bottoms off of the little kid. I tried to do my own version of that, and apparently it was too offensive.
You tried to get a kid to pull your bottoms down?
No. I wanted to face camera. I wanted to face camera, so when the dog pulled my undies down, unfortunately it's photorealistic, and you can see a natural penis.
Full frontal. Todd, get up! Wake up!
I'm sorry. I wasn't asleep.
Todd, what's going on with you?
You were fast asleep, Todd.
No, I wasn't.
You were dead asleep, somehow just nodding. You were giving us an affirmative, but you were asleep.
Well, a little secret. If you've read my book on being married, a little secret to being married is you got to learn how to agree, but just be asleep.
That book was so short. I remember on page 3, it almost felt as if it was happening in real time. On page 3, it said like, hold on, this isn't going that well.
Well, what's it called? It's called Men Are From Earth, Women Are From Who Knows Where.
Men Are From Earth, Women Are From Who Knows Where. You can pick it up at only Borders bookstores right now. So
it really took off at Lifeway Christian bookstores. There was kind of like a sort of churchmen who kind of throw off on their wives in a funny way, kind of following. You had a lot of
they're
Christian,
kidding around, but it's devastating.
A lot of like youth ministers were showing up to your I mean, I don't know another word to call them other than rallies.
Look, you can't pick your fans, okay? You just put your content out there, and you can't pick who likes it. And, eventually it did kind of turn into a situation where I was just talking about my experience, but people really, a certain type of guy really locked into it. It took off a little bit.
Yeah.
And these guys don't call themselves bad people. They just call themselves guys, right? We're just joshing.
Yeah, you just, it's bathroom talk is all it is. It's just...
Well, yeah, the whole rally was set up as the men's room. It was men's room themed.
It's all men's room stuff. So it's
because everybody knows guys are themselves when they're in the bathroom.
Yes,
it's the bathroom when you're in there.
When I see a row of urinals, I come alive.
I really let loose and show my personality.
I mean, because everybody knows your pants are the thing that is keeping you from being yourself. If you can pull your pants down a little bit. That's when you're letting yourself hang out. That's when you're letting yourself hang out.
Well, I mean, none of us will do stand up anywhere unless we install a urinal on the brick wall that's behind us.
That's right.
Right, fellas?
Back to audience.
In which case, we won't get off the stage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pants to floor, back to audience, set.
Looking over our shoulder.
Bare butt looking over shoulder.
Yeah. And of course, most of the humor is about stream thickness, size of stream.
Yeah.
Yes.
How hard it is to pee, how much it feels like. It feels like there's maybe a brick in your bladder.
I'm not talking about the jokes.
Yeah, no.
If you don't have thick, full stream, you're bombing.
Yeah, I always drink a lot of water before my set, so I know I'm ready to be funny.
I heard you did a pretty popular drop-in at Tinkle's last night.
You did? You heard about that? Oh my God. I went into Tinkle's and let me tell you, that place was flushing like crazy.
You were at Tinkle's?
Yeah, Tinkle's, everybody.
I didn't know you were at Tinkle's. I was at Shake Shake Zip.
No. You were?
Yeah, I didn't know you were going up at Tinkle's.
Man.
Oh yeah, I've been running around the whole circuit in Cancun. Absolutely. I didn't know. If I would have known, we should book these together. We should go hit the circuit.
Yeah,
I heard it's actually pretty easy to pop in at the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the stream
Not for everybody.
The stream is so mainstream. There's a lot of hack stuff going on at the stream.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something disgusting I saw at the stream the other day? Guy took a shit in a urinal, called it a joke. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what's funny here.
It's too mainstream for me.
It's too mainstream funny. The whole point is you get in front of a urinal and then you show your truest personality.
Yeah. It's not about the piss or the shit. It's about the jokes. It's about the things you say while you're doing it.
Right. And you can let out a fart, but that's not a joke. It's just natural.
Well,
it's a punch.
How fun is it at the back table at Tinkle's
Yes.
when you're all there?
Oh my God. You're splitting a urinal cake?
A urinal cake has been brought out. You've split it up into slices like a pie.
Which is, of course, a play on words. Obviously, you're not eating a real piss-soaked urinal cake.
No.
You're eating a fresh one that hasn't been used yet. So it's fun. It's fun. It's you and your funniest comedian buddies, and you're all just sort of going piecemeal on a little disc of
picking at it with a fork.
When one person takes it somewhere, you take it a level up. And listen, it gets messed up at these tables.
Have you guys ever had tableside?
Yeah. Well, I'll do a tableside blue water.
Yeah. Those are the best. But you got to have them tableside. I don't trust if they walk up with a full glass. I need to see the water go blue at the table.
Yeah.
I don't like sitting at the chairs. I like sitting at the puffy little seats. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The seats that are
stick to
puffy.
you when you stand up.
Yeah. And they make a
100%.
big exhale when you sit down on it.
Well, that's two big exhales, one from you and one from the seat.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I've been waiting all day to take a load off and sit down.
I know our fan base is 80 to 90% female, so this is a lot of new information to y'all about men's bathroom stuff and working at the urinals.
Yeah.
Feel free
Do
to
you
share
think
this
they're different?
information.
Do you think our experience in the bathroom is different than the women's? I mean, I know they have the full couch and the massaging bed and all that stuff.
Well,
but
yeah.
do you think it's that different?
I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the full little foyer the women's room has. We
Right.
don't get that. Ours goes straight to disgusting.
Yeah. I heard theirs have mirrors in them.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard that
That's-
every women's room you walk into, you have to sort of ascend a few stairs so that you
Yeah.
feel a little bit better. Every men's room I've gone into is underneath something.
Yeah.
It's like you're going
Wet floor.
into your own hero's journey into the deep abyss.
Right.
A deep abyss.
Well,
Do you
guys,
think-
I feel like we need to probably actually get the show going, huh?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it some thought, and I have actually a pretty good intro, I think, that I worked on for today.
Put us on
really?
rails, baby.
Yeah. So this is going to be, I think this one might stick. I think it's good. So, and I thought about it a lot, so I really hope you guys like it, okay?
Are we recording now? Is this all going to be in there?
Yes. We've been recording this whole time.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
no, as soon
okay.
as soon as I got here, I started.
We've been
I hit-
recording this whole time?
I
Yeah.
don't want people to hear what I just said.
Well,
Yeah, I was
Howard,
using
from now on,
foul
let us
language.
know when you're recording.
Okay, I will. From now on, I will let you know
All right.
that I'm recording. And I think again, I've put a lot of work into this one, so please go easy on me.
Yeah, of
Please.
course.
Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Education Home. We are your favorite four guys who like to spread the knowledge. That's right, I'm Howard Levis, your piss prospector, and I'm here with my three best friends.
Sounds a little bit like movie phone, which I call all the time these days.
Yeah? What do you
Yeah.
think? Does it work? Is it bad? What do you get? Notes
Well-
are appreciated, but
Let's start with the education home. I've never heard that ever.
No.
well, that I'm trying to like sort of break new ground, you know? I'm trying to figure out what's our niche, you know? We're
Okay.
four guys who all have our teaching licenses, or Sam almost.
Yeah, I mean, like I had
Like,
never
almost,
heard of.
almost.
I had never heard of Napster. Before it
Right.
came out.
Right, but what
And
is
now
Napster
it's
even?
out, and it's
What is it even?
huge.
But what is Napster? Napster doesn't tell you what it is. Your radio show should have a name that tells you out of the gate what it is, and it should just be clear and straightforward. We are educators. We come together in a home of sorts to record this, and
Well, I thought Napster was Todd's app that he was working on
It was.
when he was tired. He had that. And yes, there are apps. We went over this last week, folks. All apps already exist. There's just a slow rollout. We're in the year 2000, and there's a slow rollout. There's Venmo, there's PayPal, there's everything you know. There's Spotify, it's all.
everything
But
you know,
Todd,
obviously.
everything you know, the wallet, Apple Wallet, it's all there. So Todd was working on an app called Napster because,
Yeah.
of course, as you just heard, we woke his ass up.
It's an app that stirs you while you're napping. So it wakes you up if you've been napping too long. It's a little
Right,
stir.
it's kind of like a Fitbit that can tell when you're fully idle, and it
So wait,
jolts
so now
you
does it
awake.
not work? Because you were live on air earlier and napping, and it didn't stir you awake. We had
All
to
right.
sort of shake you.
I want to answer all the questions in the media and to my face about
Getting
the
up,
Napster.
standing up, getting up behind a shittily made podium.
Okay, this podium rules. Okay.
It's a refrigerator
Rules?
box, Todd.
It doesn't rule.
It's a refrigerator box that you wrote podium on.
The podium
hi.
does no podium rules.
This
Hi,
podium
Bill.
does. It even says podium on the front, and it's spelled correctly with a couple crossouts.
It
Well.
says podium.
Yeah. And there's
Yeah, POTT.
And you got,
I mean, here's what I will say about this episode.
And
We
why.
started in the toilet, and it's not going to get any better.
I mean,
folks.
hey, once we start talking about my shit, we're going right back.
If you guys,
Well, I didn't want to bring it up, but we could have wrapped the episode up with your like 10 minutes in with your piss prospecting.
if you guys don't mind, also because of the misspell on here, if you see any little toddlers running in, point them a different direction.
But it's packed full of die-dyes, I'll say that.
Okay.
Well, yes, you're taking questions. Yes, Mr. Padre.
Yeah.
Bill
No, this is-
Cravey, the education home.
Ah, see, sounds good.
Hi, yes, Bill.
Yes, so it sounds like you have narcolepsy. Maybe you should just get treated for narcolepsy, sir.
That's a disgusting question. How dare you? That's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm more awake than I've ever been. More awake
Well,
than
There
I've
he
ever
goes. And there he goes.
But also, yeah, it's not a interesting thing to say. Even
He's
more, you're more awake. Oh, wake up. Little baby
gone,
bubba bubba.
Okay, wait. Let's look at the app. Let him sleep. Let's look at the app and let's see how it stirs him awake.
Oh, Jesus.
He slept through a shock.
Oh,
Okay, so it
slept right
shocked
through
him. It didn't stir him.
Yeah, bub.
Okay,
sound that he makes when he
wait. It
sleeps?
looks like he's starting to stir. Hang on. Oh, wait. No, he's stirring.
Oh,
he's stirring pasta.
He's still-
Mamma mia.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, mamma mia.
What
Okay,
is
so now he's
this?
asleep, but he's stirring pasta because of Napster.
Oh, my God. He's setting a table.
Mamma mia.
Oh my God, he's putting on a classic red and white Italian tablecloth. He knows the
Is-
theme.
Is the movie or musical Mamma Mia going to have anything to do with this? Or is it just like Italian in general?
I'm not the father. He is.
Okay. So,
Okay,
yeah, pretty
little Mamma
directly.
Mia there.
Pretty directly, Mama Mia.
Sounds like maybe Todd's
Immediately.
awake and just likes the attention.
Mamma mia. No.
Okay, Todd, quit it.
He's
okay,
up.
Yeah.
Quit it.
You're
Your
up.
invention
You're
doesn't work, but we'll talk to you if you want.
Okay, he's pretending to get up.
Oh, sorry. I must have dozed off just a bit there.
Todd, what was that for? Your app didn't work. You did a little thing. You did Mamma Mia and Italian food. What? And you've made a podium out of diapers. This is ridiculous.
I disagree. The podium rules. The app works, and I wasn't asleep.
Well, how about this? Can I try the app?
Yes, you
Tonight,
were.
Todd?
Yes, it does, and no, it doesn't, or whatever.
Yeah, go ahead. Try the app on.
Yeah, I'm
Howard.
gonna. I'll try it, and I'm not gonna do it now. I'll wear it, and I'll let myself naturally fall asleep and see what it does.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna. I'm not gonna force a trial right now. I want
let
it
it-
to work the way that it works and see what happens.
Howard, do you have any history of heart problems in your family?
Not even a little bit. We got the strongest hearts in America.
All right.
Really? Doctor
Yeah.
said that?
Doctor said thick heart walls.
Oh.
Said
And that
thick
seems
heart
like a
walls.
little bit over the top. Why would a doctor say that to you?
I was scared. I went in and I was really terrified. And I obviously was saying things just to make me feel better. But I mean, it seemed like he was, maybe exaggerating, but also.
Did
saying
he
at
look
least-
at your X-ray and then give a big grimace before he said
No,
it?
he looked at me in the eye. He said, "I don't even need to look at your heart, your X-ray to know that you've got big old thick heart walls. You look
Really?
healthy as an ox.
Wow.
And you don't even need. Honestly, you don't even need me," is what he said. So I stopped going. He said, "You'll be fine. Come back when you're 50." I was like, "All right."
Come back when you're 50.
Yeah. I was like, "Okay."
I've never heard that before.
I guess I'll live 10 years completely safe.
How old are you, Harry?
I'm 40 on the dot.
It's
My name is Howard, Bill.
Oh, fuck.
It's fine.
Listen, yeah, Howard, go to sleep. Let's see if Napster works.
Okay. I mean, I'll try. I'm not super sleepy
Right.
right now. but I'll
I
try.
did have
Hey,
to ask a
guys,
few more medical questions, but go ahead, go to sleep. I'm sure you're fine.
Guys, I'm going to try my competing app, LimeWire, on him when he's asleep. So put this over his neck. Put this over his neck.
This little
this
little
little
necklace
wire.
made of limes.
Yes. Try,
On a wire.
try that. Try that.
Okay.
What's the effect going to be of putting a few limes around his neck?
Well, it's obviously if if you're making margs and you're like, where the heck did I put that lime? You have your lime wire on your neck.
Nothing to do with
And
that.
you're, I mean, you guys have made margs and you lost your limes.
Absolutely.
I lost my lime and I lost my mind, and then I fell asleep.
Right.
Just to keep the whispers going, just so everybody could knows. Can you get your mouth a little closer to my ear here?
Yeah,
I just couldn't hear you for some.
Yeah, how's this?
So we were all mouth to ear, just so everybody knows at home.
So we have to
Kind of like
because I can't quite hear Bill. I can only
Well,
only
yeah,
hear
we
Bill,
need
but
to-
I can't hear Todd.
We need to wrap around. It's like kind of like a human centipede, but mouth to ear.
Earipede.
Human centipede exists.
All right, mine also severely. All right, mine also severely shocks. So we'll see.
Okay. It's weird. You guys can both hear through my head for some reason, though.
Yeah,
I did-
Todd, can I be honest? I can see through this thing.
Let me
There's light
knock
coming out.
on it.
Hello?
It sounds like a bongo.
Wait, somebody answered.
Somebody answer. Todd, do you have an alien in your head?
Who's in there?
Okay. I want to answer this once and for all.
Leave him asleep.
Let
Who's
the
in
alien in my head sleep.
So Todd, you're telling me, because we've talked about this, you're telling me the plot for Men in Black was not you,
No,
but here we are with someone living inside your head in a hollow hole.
it's different. It's different.
I was thinking it was.
Let me just
it
tug
was-
on your ear here. Let me just tug on your ear.
Whose head was?
Ow.
Hey, motherfuckers! Is that Beetlejuice?
There's a tiny Beetlejuice living inside of Todd's head, parroting Todd.
This can't be true. Maybe we were the ones who were asleep. Wake up!
Guys,
Howard,
Why is my
guys.
mouth so sour?
You guys all fell asleep for a minute. All three of you at the same
Oh
time.
Jesus!
Weird.
Did Napster wake us up?
I had the weirdest dream of my own.
Really?
When did we go to sleep? Because were we dreaming that we put lime wire around your neck, or did that actually happen?
Yeah, Howard. Well, what has happened with all four of us?
I was talking about my heart, and then I guess you guys were so bored with me talking about my health that you all three fell asleep.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I passed right out.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Well, you
But
you
I'm not-
listing
indicative
off
of
your
what you guys think
ailments
about me.
is you listing off your ailments has actually become a track that different CEOs are passing around to help them fall asleep at night. Is that correct? Kind of
it's
like
a lot of-
calm-esque.
Yeah, they're calling it a guided meditation, but it's really just me talking about what's wrong with me.
Yeah, they're saying that there's no better way to clear your mind than for you to try to get someone's attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it's hurtful for me. Because
What are you
those guys
talking
are some
about?
of my
You're on
idols.
the apps now.
Well,
Are you kidding?
like you
I
said,
know.
we can't control our fans. We put things out into the atmosphere, and people show up, and that happens. And we double down on what we were doing as if it was art.
Pretty concise, Bill.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, my new book, Where Is My Allah Money, is coming out in 2 weeks.
Really?
It's 200 pages of paper and about 28 of writing.
And now you included all those extra blank pieces of paper for other people to finish the story?
It's your story to finish, my
Yeah.
friends. It's your
I've
story.
never heard a book promoted by the actual physical thing you receive. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like
That's
how
it for-
hard the hardback is. You would go into for a while.
Our hardback is soft, so don't worry about that. We've got one of the softest hardbacks out there, so you can put it in a backpack for a plane trip and it won't take up too much space. We're working on being sold at the Hudson News won't have us, but
Really? Are they getting picky?
the Hudson News is suddenly picky.
They will have anything.
And they
I
won't
know.
even put you in like a Tuscaloosa, like a smaller airport. They won't put you in, Boise or something.
No, they won't even put me in a smaller airport.
I was in the back of a filthy bookstore, and I went through the little curtain, and your book's back there.
Yes, the Mudson News.
And this is what this
Smudson News.
And
did you
by
say?
filthy bookstore, Bill, do you mean just a dirty regular bookstore, or do you mean?
I mean one of those places where you go give people pennies to get naked for you.
A peep show.
A peep show.
You weren't at a
A
bookstore.
penny
at all.
peep. I was at a penny peep.
You were at a penny peep, and they were selling Todd's book in the back.
Yeah.
Well, I perform at a penny peep.
And what are you performing?
Well, I'm showing my butt.
You showed your peep.
I'm tap dancing naked.
Tap dancing
but I
closed. You'll do a tea for two, right?
I'll do T for two. I got turned away at all the regular peeps. And I just keep going down and down and down.
Yeah,
and
because you sent us a big flyer saying, check me out at Nickel Peep this week.
Yeah.
Well,
you were
that
gonna be
was
at Nickel Peep all week.
That
Yeah.
was wishful thinking.
Because you had recently been fired from Dime Peep.
Well, yes, my act just wasn't pulling dimes,
Yeah.
and then I went to Nickel Peep, and I was getting no nickels, and then Penny Peep. Finally, I was getting like 3 cents a night. Like Penny Peep actually worked.
Okay, and that's for 3 dances or like 6 half dances, or what's the...
Yeah, I do half dances. And they
hate
were
to
like,
say
"There's
it.
nothing smaller than a penny."
Well,
Bill, I'm
Bill,
looking at their website, and I'm not seeing your name on there.
No.
Oh, don't tell me you're going to have to go down to Barter Peep.
Am I gonna have to trade
I think-
slices of American cheese?
Yeah, I think.
Well,
it's
that's
gonna
worth
be,
more than a penny, probably. I wish I could get American cheese peep. So what is this? This is going to be like yard sale peep?
goods and
So
services.
there's like
I
a
believe
yard sale, and
like-
then I'm doing a peep off to the side.
you're in the garage. You're in the
Here's
garage.
what I will say: the box I made for my peep show, I made it too small, so I'm hunched over in there.
Yeah, some people leave and say it looks a little bit like a Gollum type routine.
Yes. Well, that's mostly of how long and stringy my hair is.
Because it's real.
then- well, yes. Well, I let it grow long.
I've seen your peep, and you bump your head pretty regular. Like a lot of the peep is like, ow, and then like kind of rubbing your head really hard with your hand.
Yeah, I rarely get to the actual peep because I'm so banged up.
Now the yard sale peep, you've been to yard sales. You can always see the 2 or 3 guys that you know why they're there. They're not really browsing for anything to buy.
Absolutely. Low hat, basketball shorts.
Yes.
Going to a peep in basketball shorts.
Well, you know what they're there to do. These are not the most savory of characters.
And
Well,
I'm
I'll tell
worried
you
for
what.
Bill.
We're having some trials and tribulations, and I feel like I've noticed it has slowed down here a little bit over the last
Yeah.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, spring
Yeah.
break feels like it kind of ended after about a week.
Yeah, what's the deal?
Set up
Since
and
when
the
is spring
aftermath.
break only 7 days?
Yeah, it feels like the clientele at all these places has kind of shifted into like sort of middle-aged men who seem to be, running away from their lives in America
Right.
now.
Right.
Like,
It's kind of like, those people who go to college for too long and they stay in the town. It's basically that, but with spring breakers. It's just a lot of people hanging on to those, those highs from the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't
Not
want
us.
to hear any more stories from a 55-year-old who did an ice luge with Marilyn Monroe.
so you don't want to hear your
I couldn't
stories
believe
anymore?
She's
She's
been her old.
I
She's
couldn't
been her
believe
old.
she was here.
Well, Marilyn is not dead,
No,
folks.
No way.
She's
here.
in Mexico.
Yeah.
She's in Mexico,
Everybody
and she
you
is tan. She
think-
loves to tan.
Absolutely.
Everybody you think is dead is not. They're
Especially
in
if they were
Mexico.
involved in a government conspiracy. JFK sent her down here to get her out of the house. That's what I
Then he
that's
missed
what
her
I
so
heard.
much he faked his own death.
faked
That's
his
right.
own death.
Oh,
He's
JFK's here for sure.
Absolutely, he's here. Wilkes Booth is here. I mean, Harvey. No, both of them are here.
Yeah.
They're both here.
All the people who've assassinated people are here too.
Honestly, I'll tell you what. Cancun, Mexico is starting to look pretty much like white middle-aged criminals.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I barely dodged. Harvey Oswald shot at me the other day on the beach. I barely dodged it.
No.
He's crazy, man. He's always if you get near where they store books, you need to get in and get out.
He had them build he's been protesting to get a book depository by the beach. And we're like, we all know what you want to do, Lee. Is it Lee or Lee Harvey? What do you guys call him?
I call him Lee. I was at lunch with
yeah,
him the other
I
day.
call
I
him
just
Lee.
call him Lee.
You can call him Ozzy if you know. If you've been shot at, you call him Ozzy.
Well,
Ozzy, enough with
Shorten
this.
his last name.
John Wilkes Booth keeps trying to get tickets to my plays, and I'm like, my man.
Fat chance.
We
These
ain't
guys,
letting you in.
I can't believe they haven't come up with a second idea. This guy's trying to do bookstore again.
The
this
first
guy's
one
trying,
worked.
I guess so.
Well,
but doesn't
Todd,
he know
you-
we all know? We all tell the story.
We know.
Ford Theater. We know, John.
We know. And now, Todd, you have actually, so you've been doing your play, Ugly Old Man, which was a documentary that came about because you were a test subject for Punk'd, and it turned out you were ugly and old and sad, so they were documenting you, and that eventually turned into Sad Old Pervert. Is that?
Yeah. Creative differences on the name.
But then you
obviously.
pulled yourself out and you've decided to do a reality show live on stage, and you got a great deal in because MTV, of course, left town and left all their trash here.
Yeah,
and all their
stages
stages are still up, and they're renting them for next to nothing. And you're
cheap.
You've secured a run at the beach stage, which is uncovered, hot. There's very little backstage area.
No, there's no backstage. It's see-through. All the costumes that they left behind are pretty laughable. It's like big rainbow wigs and ponchos and stuff like
Right.
that. Unfortunately, there a couple of our actors have rolled ankles on the indentations from Carmen Electra's heels when she did Fashionably Loud.
I see.
So it's been a bit of a health disaster.
Yeah.
Really?
A couple heat strokes in our previews, a couple strokes in our previews.
Well,
And
those
now
were
are-
yours.
What's that?
The strokes were yours.
That's right. People for a while were like, a lot of whispers of like, oh, this is actually good acting all of a sudden. And it turned out I was having a stroke.
Wow. Well, hey, a compliment's a compliment, Todd.
Yeah.
Well,
That's exactly right.
the Cancun newspaper was there for the preview.
The coconut.
And Ruthie
The Cancun
Tech.
coconut.
The Cancun
The
coconut.
Cancun Coconut was there. The critic for the Cancun Coconut is notoriously harsh.
Savage.
So obviously, well, we can't get the live.
Scott is the critic's name.
What's his name again?
It's not worth it.
Okay. So obviously, if you can't see the live stream here, but Todd's nose is blown off.
Yeah, how should we say this? Because it isn't on.
Yeah.
What would you
It's-
call it?
I had a bit of a meltdown. Putting the play together. And
now-
had a little run with the critic. Haven't been sleeping super well. And used a real gun and kind of turned to the audience at the end and tried to shoot myself in the head. Missed. Of course.
Thank God.
Missing, of
by the
course.
way. Thank God.
Well, I'm not much of a marksman, as you could tell if you ever look at my police academy files. Or
Your
my
auditions for the movie?
You're a police
Somehow
academy
the
files.
target shot you.
I am the first person to ever try to go through a police academy training and be shot and arrested by the target.
All those dummies that pop out arrested you, and the charges stuck.
The charges stuck. I got 25 to life. And,
Well, those guys are cops. That's what they don't tell you. They are officially deputized.
Wait, you got sentenced to 25 years to life, Todd?
That's right.
By-
And
by a
appealing?
big group of gray dummies.
But yeah, but
Gray plastic police dummies.
the whole trial was a sham.
Well, yeah, that judge, I know you weren't too happy with that judge. It was one of those punching bags that's in the shape of a plastic guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the judge was a pop-up, pop-down punching bag, and I tried to give him a piece of my mind, but I just couldn't get him, you know what I mean? He was bobbing and weaving.
Right. And it's like every time you punched him, nothing. He'd go down, he'd pop right back up. He actually
pop right
got you
back up
back
and
in the face a couple times.
Knocked me on my ass, arrested me.
You got
I'm on
arrested
trial
in
for
court
that.
by the judge.
Arrested in court, and I'm on a separate trial for that.
But you were the first guy to ever get released for sad behavior?
Yeah, they let me go on sad behavior. I was walking around the prison trying to join a gang, and none of them would have me.
And you were doing so poorly that they brought a nun to see if you were okay, maybe read you your last rites. They weren't sure if you were going to make it. And then she ended up beating the shit out of you like one of those little toys.
Yeah.
The nun came in.
Little punching toy.
The nun came in and really pounded me within an inch of my life, and they gave her the chair.
The king's chair, right?
And then she hit you with it.
She hit me with it, and JR and the king were there.
JR narrated the whole thing.
Right.
That nun's career exploded. She's now in the WWE.
Yeah. And this match was recorded and broadcast for WrestleMania?
Yeah, it was WrestleMania, and it was huge. And now the Nun is doing a tag team. The Nun and The Rock are taking on Steve Austin and Badass Billy Gunn. Special guest referee Val Venus.
Very weird storyline.
Val Venus is the ref.
He's the ref.
And now he's Venus the penis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does he get his penis chopped off as the ref? Google it, folks.
Let's just say they really like that storyline of him getting his penis chopped off, and they might reuse it.
Let's just say.
You can't keep going back to that well, WWE. Like,
well, if you do, you at least got to
is
change
gone.
the guy you do it to.
Yes.
You can't keep going back to a penisless man to chop his penis off.
No. But we do want everyone to Google Val Venus gets his penis chopped off and hit us up with what you think about the clip.
But yeah, I'm out of prison. I got on sad behavior, and now I'm just working on these plays, and I blew my nose off, obviously, and I'm just waiting to see if the reviews come in for that one. Roger Eberto was at that performance.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
So it's Roger Eberto. It's not Roberto Ebert.
Eberto.
Well, Todd, this sounds like a pretty interesting sort of little excursion. As you know, I'm running a tour site down here in Cancun, and this might be the perfect lump in. You know how every tour site ends up taking you to 3 places you don't want to go? This might be the perfect third place for my crappy tour that I'm stealing everybody's money from.
This could be a great stop.
Yeah, I would love if you brought your tour by. Would you stay for the whole play, do you think? Or would it?
I doubt it.
I could also give you. Okay.
I doubt it. We'd probably pop in, say hi, take a poll, see if people want to stay or if they want to go. We would need you to change everything to luau theme.
Easy.
Yes.
I am not committed to my artistic choices at all.
Me either. I'm the same way.
Well, Todd, you know how, like, when you pull through, let's say, like a tram stop at Universal, we want to wrap the storyline up in about a minute. You know, we need a hyper quick, kind of like Jaws pops up and then we pull off. Yeah. You know, I don't know if you could, you could do the arc of your play in about a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. I can most of my stuff is basically summed up in a sentence, and then it's just drawn out. So I can do that for sure. Yeah, maybe I'll just shoot somebody on the tour or something like that.
Not my tour. Not on my tour, buddy.
Well, now, your tours, the state has said, this tour is unsanctioned by Mexico. It is now an official Peligroso tour. Dangerous at your own risk.
That's what Peligroso means.
Yes. Did you not know that?
No, I was trying to tell people that that's what Mexican Pellegrino is. That at the end of the tour, you get a bottle of sparkling water.
You definitely have what can only be described as the biggest soda stream I've ever seen in my life.
That's right. That's right. Well,
Which exists.
And I'm glad you call it a soda stream. I'm glad it looks like one because it is. It is a soda stream. It's not me with a long straw blowing into water. It's not.
Well, and I'll tell you, Peligroso might not be the translation, but there's no word for what I've had that water. There's no better word for it than grosso.
That's right. People go, hey, this fits. This totally fits. Hey, it's hot. It was bubbly at one point. This works for me. This works.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're overextending yourself because you're running the tour. You're running back and forth to the soda stream and blowing bubbles into it. I can tell you're winded and short of breath. You're pink as far as sunbathing goes.
Well, that's only because I drive the bus from the top. It's one of those uncovered. Did I even tell you guys this? I put another layer. I put a second layer on the boat.
It's a 7-layer boat, correct?
That's right. That's right. Well, when in Rome, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it's a 7-layer boat.
I love the top layer. It's kind of like sun and fun. There's a layer underneath that's kind of like a dance floor. Then there's like more of a chill layer. Then unfortunately under that is just refried beans.
That's right. Well, that's actually the cantina. It is just a layer of refried beans, but we call it the cantina. And you can eat whatever you want. You can bend down, take a fingerful.
I don't know if it's whatever you want. There's one thing on the menu.
Yeah, and whatever you want to eat in here, you can.
That's the interesting thing about the survey for getting on the tour is you have to say what do you want to eat on the tour, and you only allow people to get on the tour if what they want to eat is refried beans.
Right. Because I'm honest. I'm nothing if not honest. Well, for most of it.
Well, here's what I will say. Me and Sam have been working together. It's really symbiotic, our relationship, because of course, my alter ego Von Dutch has really caught fire. Everybody's wearing these hats. Von Dutch is, of course, people who live on the lifestyle of going Dutch, splitting checks, being cheap at group dinners, Venmo requesting immediately, stuff like that. But so Sam has been nice enough to give us half off the Peligroso tour. So I'm funneling in some of the greatest patrons of all time.
Here's my deal. I give each person half off of a double date. That makes sense?
So you bring 4 people.
Yes, and they each have to pay their own full price. So it's as if you were taking someone on a double date, but instead of paying for both of you, you just pay for yourself. And everyone has to do it. So it's a tricky way to get full freight.
Now, Sam, can I be honest with you? I'm afraid that your complete lack of any grasp on mathematics is going to cause trouble for you in the future and today.
What are you talking about?
It feels like you don't really understand money. A bean guy?
He has a bean guy.
That doesn't have anything to, it doesn't seem like you understand the sort of basics of business, of how to make things sort of financially viable. That's only because you've heard the part of the story I've
told. It's only because you've heard the part of the story I've told. You haven't heard about my bean guy.
You're only listening to what he has said, Howard. Why don't you assume he's a good guy?
Listen, I'm not.
Shut
you
up.
Guys, you're thinking I'm attacking you here. I'm just trying to help out, I mean, like, as a person who's recently had a pretty decent amount of success, I feel like I could help you in growing your business and making sure that you don't, screw yourself over for the future because, I want all 4 of us to have futures.
Well, what would really help me, Howard, since you're such a man of the people, I would love to find a good crema guy because my last crema guy, turns out, didn't have any cream. All he had was white out and water. Okay. And I'll tell you what, it was not that tasty.
White out and water?
Did you check on his product before you hired him, is all I'm saying.
It was white and it was on chips.
Was it a pay up front model? Or
You had to do both. He was a very religious man, and he said, close your eyes and pray, and I will bring out the real crema. And I closed my eyes.
He said real.
Yeah, he said real. And I closed my eyes. I put the money on the dashboard. He came to my car. And then that was it.
You also got kind of hosed when you were trying to buy the scallion greens.
Yes, I did. I did get hosed on that. Quite literally, it was chopped up pieces of a green hose. And he told me, no, those are chives.
Whoa.
Those are chives. And I said,
Didn't they
are
look
you sure?
thick and rubbery?
Well, of course they were rubbery. He said they've been sitting out in the sun all day. Once you take them into the shade, they take their form
shrink.
back. And I should have.
I feel like you are too trusting, Sam. I just feel like you constantly get taken advantage of, and it makes me so sad to see because you're a good guy. But
Well,
it
what
feels
do
like
you think I should do?
It's
Do we
very
want to even get
easy.
into the shredded cheese?
oh God, yeah, that's embarrassing. If you want to talk about the shredded cheese, we can.
The
talk
shredded
about
cheese is my real embarrassment.
That's your one flaw that you have admitted.
It's my real embarrassment. The shredded cheese. Ugh, I don't even know.
Unfortunately, you paid top dollar for real cheese and you filled a whole layer with actual cheese.
Yeah, I got screwed.
And it's free, right?
I got screwed and paid full freight for French cheese.
So there's a layer that is French shredded brie, which is a soft cheese.
It's impossible.
To keep
It's impossible.
it shredded.
It's a goop floor. Now it's
So
just goop.
Your nachos are chips, whiteout
wish.
and
Are there
water.
chips?
No,
Yeah,
I
I
wish.
still haven't
Where
seen
are
a
the
goddamn
chips?
chip
I
since
can't
I've been here.
find chips anywhere.
Well,
Yeah.
they've obviously they won't serve us chips here.
I
in
don't know if I'm
Mexico.
going because you guys notice that too, right? When you walk in somewhere, people grab a couple
Yeah.
bags and scurry to the back.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's almost
It's
criminal.
discriminatory.
yeah. I've seen
It
people
is.
grab a basket, couldn't see what was in it, grab a basket, and then get under their table and eat whatever was in the basket, so I couldn't see it. They're hiding the chips
Right.
from us, guys.
Well, can I talk to you guys real quick about something I saw at a restaurant recently?
Yes.
Yeah,
Please.
As you can see, I'm in a neck brace.
your nose is blown off and you're in a neck brace.
Just one of those weeks.
I hear you. Ted.
This
well-
happens to you frequently.
I was in a restaurant and someone walked by with a skillet and I heard a little pop, a little sizzle.
Oh, what's
And I
that?
was like, what is that?
What is that?
And so obviously I whiplashed myself looking to see what it was.
If you're a sizzle, you gotta turn hard.
And it was a skillet with a little mix up of onions, peppers, beef, and it was popping and sizzling. And right on the side, there were some tortillas that you could put it in.
Hold on,
sounds
so
awesome.
they didn't finish cooking it and then bring it out once it had cooled?
No, they brought it. It was as if they were still cooking it and needed everyone to see it being cooked in front of them as it came
I
out.
could develop an obsession for that.
Yeah.
But wait, I'm
tell you
unclear.
what.
I'm
Spectacle.
unclear. So you're telling me it comes out and you can hear the sizzle, but you can't see it.
My good man. The sizzle is visual as well as oral.
What, they pour a little cup of water on there so
Yeah.
it steams like crazy or
I couldn't
something?
tell you how they
How-
do it.
how-
It just
How could this work? I mean, they come out with it's on a tray, I'm assuming, and obviously on a plate because you're going to eat off a plate. Is the plate hot?
plate is scalding, but also on
What?
top of the plate is the skillet.
You're
And
kidding me.
They set it down and they make sure you don't touch it.
The
Hold
chef
on,
parts
hold
with
on.
his skillet.
What?
I don't know
Where's
how
it?
they can
He's
afford
only
it.
got a certain amount of skillets back there. Hold on. What do you feel about the person who it's delivered to? What do you feel?
Let's just say there was a couple proposals going on that night.
People were running over and getting down on one knee to the
I was so
the
jealous I was in
recipient of this. Well, we all know jealousy and love is an identical emotion.
Absolutely. You're only jealous of things you love and
the
vice
same.
versa.
And now,
Whoa.
I guess that
So
this
you're
sounds
married?
awesome so far, but I will say it sounds a little frustrating. Like, what if, I don't know, you say it comes out piecemeal. What if you, for example, eat all your tortillas? And then what do you just hold it with your hands?
Oh,
you got to
yeah.
use a fork?
How do you, if it's not pre-made, how do you control just eating all the bread first and ruining it?
You make it yourself at the
What?
table, and I'll tell you this: only $1 more for more tortillas. Only $1.
Really?
Eat them all. Sometimes
I've never
the
had
first
this,
refill-
but I could love this.
Yeah,
I don't
what's
know what
this
it's called. I kept asking, and they were like, fajitas. And I was like, no, I don't want to eat you. I want to eat that.
Fajitas?
I don't know.
Wait, they were asking you if they want you to eat us?
I was like, what is that called? And they said, fajitas. And I was like,
For
what
eaters.
are you talking
It's for
about?
eaters?
Feeders.
Maybe it's for,
For
you. Well, I'm an eater,
eaters.
baby.
It's for
Well,
eaters.
we got to let them know. Well, Todd, you've been since seeing this, kind of following suit and trying to bring things out of the kitchen before they're done.
Yeah. It's been a little tough. I mean, you guys had my pancakes the other day. You had
Well, we
I wouldn't
drank
call
that.
them
drank
cakes,
it. Yeah, we
Todd.
drank it. We drank the
We
batter.
got severely burned by that big griddle. And we ate bubbled up on one side, burnt on the other.
It was weird that they were both
much.
freezing cold and piping hot at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, that's almost an accomplishment.
Almost.
What'd you think of the scallops?
Well, I was in the bathroom for a while. Luckily, I did a set at Stanky's.
Yeah, I'm not sure you've kind of figured out the raw seafood thing yet, Todd.
Well, no, scallops is perfect because it's either it comes out on the thing fully cooked or you got sushi. Who knows?
It's not a who knows. It's a decision.
Well, then don't come to my restaurant, sushi, or who knows.
You wish. You're still in the investment plan with that, right? Trying to get investors. You trying to get a meeting with Vicente Fox?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a meeting with El Presidente right now. Trying to get investors. I got like 10, but it turned out they were investigators.
Health
God.
department.
With those, you got to be careful with an investigator, okay? Because
they start
they
hissing
are
at you?
they're cold blooded. They can run faster than you think.
Well, and they seem couth with their little hat on with the card in it, but out of
Yes.
nowhere, that big mouth opens up and you lose a foot.
Absolutely. I trusted it because he had a little bird sitting on his head, and I was like, oh, he's chill with this little bird. I'm sure he's fine with me.
Well, sometimes if you're trying to drink out of the edge of a pond, there's an investigator right there underneath the surface, just
Most
ready
of the
to
time.
chomp you. And they'll catch you. They'll take you right to the slammer.
Yeah, one of them I saw it happening to me. One of them I grabbed it and it was just started rolling and it rolled me all the way to the slammer,
No.
Wow.
the big jail.
Man.
Wow.
So yeah,
Well, geez, Todd.
but-
I don't know. I
Well,
don't think. I
speaking
think
of the
seafood
slammer-
restaurants might not be a good thing for you, Todd. Is all I'm saying.
Speaking of the
I'd love an investment,
slammer,
Howard.
Howard, you are either flying higher than you've ever flew or about to crash.
What?
And you choose.
Is
but
everything going
you're-
great or terrible?
Well, no, things
yeah,
are going
it's
very.
full.
things are
You're
going-
fools. You're piss prospecting.
Yeah,
Which
things are actually going.
Catch the new listeners, which I'm sure we have a ton of just this
Right.
week.
So last week I discussed the sort of piss prospecting I was doing, which of course was creating jewelry out of the solids in my urine that I used khakis as a sieve to
Big
sort
solids.
of catch
it
all
came
those
up
solids.
organically, folks.
Right,
We don't
because
just think of this stuff.
No, I peed through- I was wetting my
pitch it
pants.
Pre-written.
I was wetting my pants, and there was solids on the inside of my khakis. And I realized it was a valuable material that I could make jewelry out of. And of course, I became the California of the piss rush. And people came after me.
Prospectors showing up left and right.
They wanted access to my piss. And I
were
told
you
them,
finding
no.
gold?
What's that?
Were you finding gold?
I was finding golden minerals. It's of course not necessarily.
Fool's pee.
It's not fool's pee. It's golden
Fool's
minerals.
pee.
It's not fool's pee.
A lot of
Fool's
people were
pee.
saying it's fool's pee.
Right.
Okay, well, if it's not fool's pee, why did it taste so much like regular pee?
Great question.
I know. I don't
Get
understand.
behind the podium.
All right. Well, I'm behind. the
Actually,
podium.
you should be behind the podium.
Podium.
Well, as you guys know, I was doing very, very well this week. I made record profits. Of course, 2 weeks. You know, it's easy to break the record. There's not a lot of data. But I had a great week, sold a lot of jewelry. But then, of course, a expose came out.
These exposés.
On American television, an episode of Dateline came out specifically about me and about what they're calling a jewelry cartel, a piss jewelry cartel.
Really?
Yeah. And I, if I'm being honest, I think that there's some people in power who don't want to see me succeed.
It's okay.
So you're sending your jewelry to America, and it's so potent. People are dying. Is that true? They're getting married and they're putting the ring on and they're croaking. Is that true?
Because of course, yes. Well, because to turn these golden minerals into viable jewelry, of course, I have to put additives in there. And I'm not a researcher.
You cut it.
It has to be cooked in heroin, right?
It has to be cooked. It has to be cooked.
It's
And
black
the
tar
only
heroin.
material that seems to keep it together, the only material that seems to sort of make it stable is black tar heroin.
Well, thank God you found something.
Yeah, so people are saying this jewelry that's being sold in the United States is not jewelry. It is heroin. It is holding drugs. It is a sort of way to traffic drugs. And I'm telling them, listen, the drugs aren't what I'm after. I don't want any part of this drug business. The drugs are a necessity for me to sell my art. Okay?
But you are now working with Pablo Piscobar, right?
Well, I had to strike a deal with Piscobar because I, of course, am creating my product in his territory. So I went for a meeting at Piscobar's compound. I will tell you this. It was terrifying. I left soaking wet. And I'm not going to cross the guy. Okay.
No, but what about, isn't this causing big waves? Because I heard that El Crapo was after you too.
Well,
El who?
El Crapo.
El Crapo.
El Crapo, obviously the opposite of Pablo Piscobar.
Yes. Well, and here's the thing. The Crapo, he deals mostly in cocaine. Piscobar is dealing mostly
of course,
in heroin.
muling is his favorite.
Okay,
He
hold on.
loves to mule. Crapo he's the king of the mules.
So El Crapo doesn't sell anything to do with poop?
Well, he traffics cocaine. And in order to traffic cocaine, he puts it up people's butts.
Well, I'm not sure.
It's El Crapo.
But it's mostly to get the poop across the border?
Well, he says it's because he wants to get, it's fertilizer. He's in the fertilizer business.
Poop in bricks of cocaine and ships them across the border?
Yes.
It's that good Mexican poop.
Yeah, well, the cultures that are created in a cocaine
it's
bubble.
that raw.
Yeah, it's that raw. That's what we mean to say.
It's that raw.
It's that real raw. Ain't been stepped on or nothing.
Folks, this episode started in the toilet, and we're wrapping it right back up in the toilet.
Right?
But
Well,
yeah, I mean,
it's not our fault that
listen,
it's in the toilet. It's reality right now. But anyway,
Howard, could you put in a good word with me for El Crapo? Because he is sending his lawyers after me because newspapers keep reviewing my plays using his name.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like Todd Publishing play, El Crapo.
I think you're mistaken, buddy.
What?
I don't think that's a reference to him. I think they're just, it's a fun play on words. I don't think they're connected.
I think it is a play on words, but now he wants to sue me. I didn't choose for people to call my plays El Crapo.
Oh.
So, but I told him, obviously I don't like people accusing me of things, so I told him to come at me. I gave him your address.
No, hey, hang on. Why?
That's bad news.
Well, it's because I'm in and out of your place, so if he comes at me, I don't want him to know where I live, but, I could come pop by and kick his ass and leave.
No, yeah, well, Todd, you don't ever come to my house. Don't lie.
What are you talking about? What about your birthday?
Yeah, what about my birthday? Where were you?
Oh, yeah, you missed that, Todd.
Yeah.
we had
to be fair, so did I.
Yeah. To be fair, all three of you did.
And to be fair, so did you.
Well, I was working.
Yeah, you weren't with us. You were at your birthday party.
Yeah, you missed out on our awesome time at Six Flags.
We celebrated your birthday.
do you want to go eat Dippin' Dots with us at Six Flags? We ain't going to ride any of the rides. And you were like, I got my birthday party. And we were like, okay, motherfucker.
So we ate those Dippin' Dots
Yeah,
and
all
they
right.
were delicious.
We wrote happy birthday on the table at Macaroni Grill afterwards. What more do you want?
Your favorite restaurant? Embarrassing.
Yeah,
believe
we
you guys are
pulled
without me.
up the tablecloth and scratched happy birthday into the table for you.
Unfortunately, Bill scratched in "Happy Birthday, Harry."
Yeah, and I said, oh, doggone it afterwards. Well, listen, if you need foot soldiers, Howard, I am your man, okay? Because we will split up
Listen.
the duties,
I
and we will
appreciate it.
provide whatever you need to get more piss going.
You're trying to go
appreciate the
Dutch on being a foot soldier?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do the whole
No,
thing.
I appreciate the offer, you guys, but I've already got a security plan in place. As you guys know, I have a relationship with Steve Wilkos, Jerry Springer's security guard, and he's agreed to take a cut of my profits to run security for me. He said,
You almost called him a circus leader.
well, I mean, for that show, he is more of a circus leader.
Don't let him hear you
Damn.
say that.
Don't say that
shaving
too
it-
loud.
He's shaving his head right now, thinking about you.
Well,
You got to quit calling Springer a circus. He's going to come at you.
I would honestly, again, it's my dream to meet the guy. So if what it takes for me to meet him is me calling it his show a circus, I'll say it. I'll shout it from the hilltops. Springer's show's a circus. Come meet me, Jerry.
Oh, do you want me to try to kidnap him for you again?
No, I think I'm good. I want to
All
have
right,
it.
my man.
Todd, are you going to try to kidnap Jerry Springer again?
No need.
I think it feels like you're going to.
No, don't worry
Last
about it.
time you kidnapped a young Asian gentleman.
This time I'll have my contacts on.
Oh, thank you. Great.
Do you go out without your contacts on?
When you say contacts,
contacts
say
aren't really a I
contacts-
forgot type of thing.
And when you say contacts on, it doesn't make a you have a contact
Well,
in.
we all know that Todd can't afford glasses frames, so he just has lenses, and he calls them contacts.
You just
What?
Has
What
anybody
is this?
seen my
Why am I
contact?
on trial for this? Those are my big contacts. And I
they're
put them.
not, Todd. They're lenses that you hold in front of your face with your fingers.
They're
No, those are my
glasses
big contacts.
lenses.
I can afford. By the way, I can afford whatever I want. I could afford frames if I needed them.
But you're always trying to play it off too badly. You're always just saying to the room, man, hard lenses. It's like we're back in the 80s. Can you believe it? And we're not.
Yeah,
Utter
it's
silence
okay
whenever I
that
say
you
it.
tried contacts and you couldn't get them in because you blinked too much, and you go, "Oh fuck!" Like it's not that hard.
We heard it
just gotta-
100 times.
You just got to keep
Well-
trying.
I'm scared of my little fingers.
To be fair, your fingers are quite pointy. They're very
Yeah,
thin.
I would be too.
They're,
They got a
they're
little-
pretty needle-like. I honestly would be afraid for you
Yeah.
to touch
What,
a
these little
contact lens. I
things?
think you'd put a
You know,
hole
like
in
when
one.
a baby grows their fingernails out, and it's like
Yes,
just like
babies
they're
grow their
scratchy.
fingernails out all the time. These babies love a long fingernail.
Well, every time I go into the nail salon, there's babies in there getting gel caps. I'm like, Jesus, babies, what the hell are y'all doing in here?
Hey, let's work on walking first.
Yeah.
Baby getting a little foot massage in there, can't even walk.
I had to wait 3 hours the other day because a baby was getting caps and a blowout.
Really? On how much hair?
Wisps.
Wispy blowout.
That's unbelievable.
Well, guys, I feel like it's probably about time for us to wrap it up for the week.
Yeah, I'm spent.
It's tough. You know, it's tough down here in the sun and in the wind and the salt water kind of dries
What
you
do we
out.
think? This is bronze, right? This is bronze.
I'll say this, Sam. To me, I squint and I see you look like a stop sign. It's
Okay.
it's
Which
pretty
one?
There
dark.
are a
Which one?
bunch of cars lined up outside.
Okay. I'll take it.
Oh, you like
Hey,
it?
roll through, fellas. Roll through.
Well, hold
California
on.
style,
Hold on.
baby.
Let me do a little show for him. Let me do a little show.
Oh, here we
Flip
go.
a penny. Flip it. Flip a penny.
Ting,
Flippy.
Oh, my face.
Flippy.
Oh, my face. Oh, Flippy. I like that. Flippy Penny.
Flippy penny.
Flippy penny.
Stay Flippy the Penny.
Stay flipping the penny, guys. Stay flipping
Stay
the penny.
flipping the penny.
Hey,
penny.
stay flipping the penny, everybody.
Stay flipping the penny. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Put your clothes on.
Class is out and the coffee's on. I got a couple things on my chest that I got to get off. So cut me some slack. Pour me a cup of that Joe. Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge. Let's wrap it up and hit the road.
If you enjoyed the Teacher's Lounge, make sure to check out their bonus mini episodes available on Stitcher Premium. Just go to stitcherpremium.com/teacher and use the promo code TEACHER for your first month free. Also, the guys would like to thank Casey Trela, who made the incredible theme song for the show. You can check out his music at Casey Trela, that's Trela, on Twitter. Finally, the Teacher's Lounge has a lot of great merch available. Just go to podswag.com/teacher and see for yourself. Thanks for listening.